Being with John Peterson, Olympic champion, Olympic silver medalist, longtime coach of freestyle. John, you're part of this Cadet World team, the freestyle team that's going to be going to Hungary for the World Championships this year. And I was curious, why were you interested in helping work with one of our age group world teams to help prepare them for the World Championships?
Well, through the years, I've enjoyed working with high school kids. I was assistant coach at our high school. High school Ben I grew up in for a number of years, and it's fun working with that age group. And so when Bill Zadek asked me if I'd consider making a trip with him sometime, I said, well, sure, let's do it. And just worked out good. I'm excited about this group.
Tell me a little bit about this team. What kind of ability levels and work ethic are you seeing from the young kids that are getting ready to represent us this summer?
Well, like I said, I'm really encouraged about this group, and these guys are willing to work. I've just been here a day and a half now, but I've seen the eagerness. They are willing to pick up on new technique. Bill does a great job with these young guys, showing them a lot of the basic stuff that they need to do to succeed. And the attitude is just really been great.
Now, you've traveled all over the world, not only as an athlete, but for multiple tours as a coach and even in your professional life. What kind of experience are you sharing with the young athletes about what it's like to go to a different country, one that may not be similar at all to ours?
Well, one of the biggest things that I share with these guys is that attitude is so important. If you come in with a chip on your shoulder and think you're going to take the world by a storm, you'll probably be shown otherwise. So you have a willingness to work and learn, and then you go to these other countries knowing that you're going to have to battle and scrape for everything you get. They're going to do well. And the attitude that these guys have, I'm just really impressed with it.
Now, freestyle wrestling's changed quite a bit since you competed, but there must be some things that are universal about freestyle that you're able to share with them from your days as a competitor and coach. What kind of points are you having them concentrate on and work with to prepare to compete against other countries?
Well, yeah, it has changed a lot, but in a lot of ways, there are basic things in wrestling that just don't change. Position, head position, good defense, changing levels, solid stuff that every wrestler needs to learn on every level. It doesn't change. And of course, what was so successful for me was the double leg, and double legs haven't changed over the years.
No. You're still seeing them score.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of this stuff, you see some cycles in the sport of wrestling. And, front headlock stuff that I learned from Doug Blueball, who was my first freestyle coach. A lot of that same stuff is very effective today. So, yeah, I told Bill, I said, man, I haven't been on a tour for a few years here now, and this edge of the mat thing makes me a little nervous. But watching the Junior World Championships on tape, I'm just impressed again by it's basic position that wins wrestling matches. And our American aggressive style is still just as good for this sport as it's ever been.
Now, United States, you've represented our country many times in international competition. Are you sensing that the kids understand and appreciate the opportunity that they have? I mean, this is the lowest level for World Championships, but every one of them is out there competing for their country. Do they talk to you at all about that, or do you share some of the patriotic, obviously that you felt during your career as an athlete and coach?
I haven't had too many conversations on that subject yet, just personally, but these kids are definitely American kids, and they want to represent their country well. And so I'm sure as we get their warm-ups and they get that USA singlet, they'll have that American pride that is so helpful for our boys throughout the years.
Now, you've stayed in great shape over the years, and you ever get out on the mat and go live with these guys or with some of the senior guys we have that are also training here?
Well, fortunately, I've become smart enough not to do that now in my older years. But I was out on the mat this morning. One of the guys didn't have a drilling partner, and so I was letting him work on me a little bit. But as far as live wrestling, I can't help these guys out too much. Just not quite as limber as I should be, and don't react quite the same way. So better for me to stay on the side and watch them and give them a few pointers here and there.
And you've always had a lot of experience working with kids through your camps and other opportunities. And the values that wrestling teaches must obviously be important to you, that you've stayed involved so long. What kind of things would you tell people why they should be involved in wrestling from the younger ages on all the way up through adults?
Well, the work ethic that you learn from our sport is tremendous. And the mental attitude that you have to have. You know, it's you against that other guy, and yet you have to have good relationships with your teammates that you work with. If you can't get along with the other guys, you're not going to excel. They're not going to help you, because our sport, even though it's an individual sport, is probably more of a team sport than any other sport. You only get as good as the guys you're working out with.
Sure.
And so I think those are qualities that our sport has to offer. That tight bond that we build as wrestlers, and then that need to just to push the body when it's hurting.
Yeah. When
you're tired, you dig deep.
Well, we really appreciate your help on this tour and having you part of USA Wrestling, John. It's always fun to visit with you. Hopefully you can help us come back with some success this year over in Hungary. That's you know, at this age level, you really don't know where they are till they go out there, do you?
No, you don't. And so, you know, we just give them a few pointers, sharpen them up here these last few days before we take off. But I'm confident that these kids can represent our country very well. So thanks a lot, Gary.
Thank you.